I hope so, because there's a lot of people watching. There we go. Hey,
well,
there we are.
Lock up this time.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's some people here. Cool. And it seems to be working, so let me get the hell out of there. Oh, chat, can you hear me? Ah, there we go. There we are. We have arrived. Thank you so much. 100% my technical issues. I tried to do a new thing and it didn't quite work. Hey, you can hear us. Look at all the people. Holy crap. We'll have to put on a real show tonight. Okay, no farting around. Right, let's go. Tonight, we are playing a little game called What I Did on My Summer Holiday by the marvelously productive game designer Grant Howitt, who just keeps pounding out these one-page RPGs. Tonight, this one might be a little lighter and a little sillier than some of the violent mayhem that has been the regular weekly Fridays lately. I'm not apologizing for that in any way, but sometimes a little salt with the sugar, right? So, on that note, let's first of all introduce these amazing people that keep coming back to play with me over and over again, and I don't get it, but here we go.
It's so much fun.
First of all, oh, thank you. Leah, thank you for joining us this evening. Bison, thank you as well for showing up. Vola, thank you. And also thank you to Wayward Knight. I appreciate all you guys for being here. Tonight, they have chosen before the game started because I wanted them to have a moment to sort of choose their names. So we have decided who is playing what characters before the game started. So let's get you guys up to date on that. We have, of course, because this game is sort of 8, maybe even younger than that, sort of 6 to 10-year-olds, of vaguely magical children who are bored out of their minds on summer vacation. But these are no regular, vaguely magical children. We have a rookie witch named Ren. We have a big furry monster played by Bison.
Hello.
We have a goblin played by Vola. And we have a cat who claims that they're actually royalty, played by Wayward Knight. Other than that, I guess I should probably explain the incredibly complicated rules. So have a sip of your liquid and let's go. This is really quick. Anytime these people try and do something, they are going to roll 2 d6s. If both of those d6s are a 4 or above, it's a complete success and what they wanted to do happens exactly as they hoped for. If only one of those dice is 4 a plus, then you still succeed, but there's a complication. And if neither of them rolls 4 plus, it's a failure and oh my, things are going to get bad. Each of you has 3 traits listed at the top of your character sheet. When you can use one of those traits positively to when you're trying to do something, you get to add a d6. So you roll 3 d6 and discard the lowest one. You can just use the macro for that says positive trait. But if you want to power up your magic, there is only one way to do it. You have to be a little naughty. So when you can figure out how to use a trait negatively, you roll 3 d6. But because you're using it negatively, you throw away the highest die. And you add 1 to your trick level, which starts at 1 and can never go higher than 3. You burn those points to cast your magics, which you have listed in front of you at level 1, level 2, and level 3, what you can do. You still have to roll to see if it succeeds, so you have to burn the points and roll, so things could still go wrong. The more points you spend, obviously, the more impressive the tricks that you're doing. And then there is only one more thing. Each of you has an antagonist for various reasons, people that you've aggravated in the past, even though you are so young and so harmless, and you can do that thing with your eyes where you go, and nobody hits you. It's not going to help with this because each of you has an antagonist, and that antagonist is absolutely out to get you. And if any time your 2 d6s are the same, so 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, your antagonist will show up, and things will get confusing. But that's all we need to know for now. Let's get started, and we are actually going to get started by determining what the 4 bored people have decided that they're going to do. This is what, after far too much soda and far too many sugary candies, they have decided it would be an excellent idea to learn what this magic whistle does and why the police want it, and also to learn the secret of the Seagull wizards. These are the two things you have decided to do to help pass the boredom on this hot August afternoon in sunny Seasideville. So, you guys have a magic whistle. The first thing we need to do is somebody needs to tell me, what does that whistle do that's magical?
It summons the Seagull wizards. Duh.
That's way too easy. No, because you can just blow it and your second thing is solved. No. Oh, I know exactly what it does. It is a magic whistle. A magical silent whistle that calls dogs.
I was going to say unicorns, but dogs will work.
Unicorn dogs. There we go. You guys are like, yeah, you're 6 to 10. So yes, it summons unicorn dogs. So you have to discover why the unicorn dog summoning silent whistle, why the police want it. And you also, in a separate thing, have to figure out the secret of the Seagull wizards. So you sit in your clubhouse under the pier, because that's where the cool clubhouses are.
Of course.
And there's a couple spiders and some bugs, but you kind of try and ignore those a little bit. The seagulls are squawking around out in the out over the water. Magog is eating the insects. So, how do you start this adventure? What do you do first?
I'm grooming myself as I do.
Okay. Yes, yeah. You guys can all, of course, talk to each other. So.
Well, it is a whistle, so I would probably blow it.
You blow the whistle, of course. And it is absolutely silent.
It is a whistle.
Yep. Magog, you can hear it. Yeah, Magog, you can actually hear it. It's really, really high pitched and squealy. And 3 dogs show up, none of them with a horn. So it must be molting season. The horns have fallen off.
Oh, dear.
So yes, there are 3 unicorn dogs with no horns standing just outside the pier, looking down through this, on top of the pier, looking down through the slats at you. They can't figure out how to get to you.
I hiss and bat my paws at them.
They completely ignore you. In fact, one of them sniffs, because you're below them, right, through the slats. So you're down here, and they're just sniffing at the spot where you're getting all hissy.
Do I hear the whistle? Or, I mean, it's
you did
really
not.
high pitch, right?
Yep.
I didn't hear. So I'm looking at it, going, "Well, it didn't do anything."
Oh, and then you look up, and there's like these dogs. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a dog. Are you guys gonna? I'm just looking at it. Do I blow it again, or do?
No. They hear you.
It's a dog. It's not anything special. It's a dog.
You've been this whole time on the pier above. There's people walking back and forth because it's the height of the holiday season, so all the tourists are up there, like walking around in their Crocs and their shorts and their sunburns, and like tourists do because they don't know how to live at the beach because it's like tourists. But you hear a heavy thumping.
Oh dear.
On the pier above, and the dogs all go yarp and bugger off.
Are we aware that the police want this whistle?
Yes, you are. You know that the police want this whistle.
I reach, or sort of, because I'm huge.
Yep.
I look up and see what's going on.
Give me, because that is, these are adults up there, and you are one of your traits. I don't remember everybody's traits, but I remember this one, and it's a good way to get us into the cycle. One of your traits is you are invisible to adults, because you are a big furry monster that doesn't exist. So big, adults can't see you clearly. So give me the positive trait. So you're going to roll 3 dice and throw away the worst one and take the 2 best ones to get your result.
Pretty much. But the monster hunters are here already.
So we should be coming back. We should be coming back. We should be there. Come on.
We're there. It's up.
Are you there? Okay, I haven't. I'll have to refresh and see. Okay, well, we're back. Apparently we were gone. I was talking to the void. Oh, we're back. There we are. Okay, what was the last thing you guys heard? You peeked over the edge. There was 2 cops coming from one direction and 2 animal control officers coming from the other direction.
And he rolled and succeeded.
I got 1 success.
Yeah, you rolled
And
the 1
double?
success, and that's what you saw when you peeked up over the edge. So the success was you saw what was making the boot noise. It was the 2 cops. The complication was there's 2 animal control officers up there as well.
Okay.
How shiny is this whistle?
The whistle is very shiny. It's like nickel-plated,
Well, I
chrome
just finished
colored.
polishing it, so yeah.
Yeah, it's really shiny now.
Okay, well, because I am royalty, I'm
Yes.
going to claim this as treasure in the name of the kingdom, and I'm going to add it to my collar.
Okay. Do you have any traits that would help you convince these fine people that they should give it to you?
Regal.
You can be regal, yes. You can get very snooty about this, how this should be yours. So give me a positive trait. Now,
Yeah,
hang on,
I'm
before you
voting
roll,
it.
we'll pretend that didn't happen.
Okay.
Just that didn't happen. Before you roll, you have an option here. You can use it positively and try and actually get the whistle, or you could try and use this negatively and be too regal and be really snotty about it and run a better chance of them saying no, but it would ramp your trick level up to 2.
Let's be snooty.
All right, so you are too
Ooh,
regal.
snooty. You're
You-
going to be snooty to me, huh? Oh,
Her
okay.
Highness, she says, referring to herself in the third cat,
Yes.
because it's not the third person.
Third
It would be the
kitty.
third cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the third kitty. Yes.
Right.
Her Highness requires a necklace. So roll again. This time roll negative trait. Same
Oh,
result.
come
So perfect. You utterly fail to convince them. The 3 of them look at you and say, "Oh God, again? Like really? You again?"
Whistle not
However,
important.
your
Angry
trick
men
level is
coming.
now at 2.
Cool.
So you can
I
now
come back
cast level
down
1
from-
or level 2 effects. Magog, you come back down. There's a small problem, Magog. I told you that the complication was you can see the animal control officers.
Mhm.
Sometimes the younger animal control officers, and there's one there that looks like he's just barely still a teenager, sometimes they see you as a dog.
Oh crap.
And then you back down underneath the pier into your clubhouse, which is, I mean, let's face it, it's a couple cardboard boxes stuck together under the pier, right?
With house.
So,
Yeah, why not?
they're closing in. The cops from one side, the animal control officers from the other side. You're trapped under the pier. What are you
We
doing?
gotta scatter. Magog not want to get caught.
I'm small. Can I get underfoot and knock him over?
You could certainly try, yes. One of your traits is small.
Mm-hmm.
One of your traits is also sticky-fingered, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, positively or negatively? Like, bowl them
Well, he's
over
trying
would
to
be
trick
positive.
people.
Try and steal their stuff, because your too sticky finger trying to steal from a cop might go horribly wrong, but it would ramp up your trick.
True, but let's knock him over first.
Okay,
Maybe if
bowl
I
them
knock
over.
him out.
Give me a positive trait. So give me the positive trait roll. You hop up onto the pier and you run along between people's legs just like a cat, where you're almost tripping everybody. It is like seen from a distance. It's just this line of people going, "Hey, whoa, hey, boop, ah, oof, oof," and then you just barrel right into right below the kneecap of the police officer, and police officer or the animal control? Which way did you go?
I'm gonna go for the police officers.
All right. So you go 2 successes. It happens exactly like you want. You hurl right into the knee of one of them and just shoulder check him right in the knee, and you see his leg folds back and you can feel it. He says above you, and he says a bad word that you're not supposed to say. And I'm not going to say because you guys are children. But he utters one of those words and falls over and tries to use his buddy to keep him from falling over, and instead grabs that officer, and the two of them crash to the pier. You, in just a flicker of light, just wrap around the edge of the pier back underneath, out of sight.
Oh, okay, but I also rolled 2 of the same die.
You did. So who's your antagonist?
Mean beach goblins that train crabs.
Excellent. You flip off of the pier and you go to scurry back under the pier, and between you and the cardboard boxes that make up your pier, the sand erupts. 3 goblins riding crabs.
Oh no.
They have little bits of shiny things on a stick that they wave out in front of the crab that the crab chases, and that's how they get the crabs to move. That's you. The other 3. Magog, you're underneath. You hear the cop swear. Oh, is it a big person word? And you hear the two of them. Hardly your problem. You don't currently have the whistle, and the animal control officers are still closing in.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, Magog not want get caught.
Magog not take English.
Yeah. Magog try best. Oh. Magog think it time to grab small human and smaller not human and just go.
Okay, so you just reach over and grab Ren, just under one arm, and then you step out to grab the goblin?
The cat.
Because the other one that's in there with you is the cat.
Yeah.
And yeah,
So
Magog's smart enough not to try to pick up cat.
Well, you get the right spot. I was thinking the cat. So yeah. Well, we'll see how I do. If I fail,
So, yes.
I'm picking up the cat by accident. If I do it right, I'm grabbing Sasami.
Okay, well, first of all, Ren, are you going to let him pick you up?
Yes.
Okay. Wah! Big monster. In my head, he's a big blue monster. I don't know why, but he's a big blue monster. He just scoops you up under one arm and you kind of disappear into his big hairy armpit.
Feet kicking out the other end.
You have feet kicking out the back, just your face to here sticking out from underneath his arm. Your little hat. You're a rookie witch. You have a little chert hat. They get taller as you get better. That's how you can tell how good a witch is by how tall and pointy their hat is. I just created lore. Oh, Magog, I gave you all kinds of time.
No,
You got her under one arm. 2 success.
Yeah.
No, you made 2
Oh
successes.
no, I haven't rolled yet. Actually, sorry.
No, go ahead and roll.
Oh,
one success. Okay.
So grab the cat.
That was so. You said you missed. You reached for the cat. I forgot the cat's name. Shit.
Cersei.
Cersei. Cersei. You. When he reaches for you, what do? Let him pick you up. Hiss. What are you doing?
Because I am tubby, I kind of turn into liquid cat. And,
Okay. Just go boneless. Yeah. So perfect. So yeah, you go boneless. So let's compare these. He got 1 success. Let's break this game right away. Give me a roll. 3. The positive. Is that a positive or no? You're trying not to get picked up, right?
Yeah, because I don't like it.
So yeah. So you give me a negative trait roll, and add 1 more to your trick. So you're already at 3 trick. You can cast the big stuff already. However, you go boneless. You got 0 successes. He got 1. He just picks you up anyway, and you just start dragging behind him like that. Your butt and your tail are just dragging on the ground. You decide that's not very regal, so you kind of climb up under his arm and allow him to carry you.
I try to look as regal as possible, but it's very obvious that I'm incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, because you were boneless when he grabbed you, so you got this thing going, and he's got you under here, and then the back's just hanging. And now you're lifting it up slightly so your butt doesn't drag on the ground while he walks. So you got that sort of, this is not regal.
And my tail is up, like pinky up.
Your back feet are pulled up, and they're kind of rabbit kicking the air a little bit. You step out of the cardboard fortress to see the back of 3 crabs with 3 goblins on them, and your goblin friend standing on the other side looking at you. Above you, the animal control officers continue to approach. The police officer is still laying on the ground, and now you hear somebody's mom, not one of your moms, but like somebody that one of you goes to school with. You know this mom, she's kind of a loudmouth. She's up on the pier berating the police officer for swearing in front of all the children. And she's right, there's a lot of kids up here and he shouldn't have done that. So he's getting a right telling off above you. What are you guys doing? Let's go back to Sasami. You 3-on-1, and they all got crabs. I got this. Maybe I don't got this. And then your friends through the cardboard wall behind them.
Okay,
Remember, you guys can all do level 1 magic right now, except for Circe, who can do level 3. Because you've all got one, always have at least one
is,
trick.
very intrigued by how this is going to play out.
Yep.
okay, well, since it's the crab, there aren't crabs.
Yep.
I do have some sticky fingers.
Yes, you
So I'm
do.
going to try and complicate them from using those crabs by just running forward, taking a flying leap, and trying to grab the sticks that they're at least
The
from
shinies?
2 of them.
I love it. Absolutely. Give me a positive trait.
For the crab.
You're like, got this. And you tear forward and start, you kind of make it like a question mark run. So you're going to go across all 3 of them. Let's see how good you do.
Serpentine.
1 success. Okay. You snag the first shiny thing. And you snap the string and run by. You grab the second one, snap the string and run by. You get to the third one, you snap the string, you take a step, and one of the crabs grabs you around the waist. And now you're doing that running thing because it lifts you up and you just, whoa.
I let me go!
So you've got all 3 of the shiny things in your hand. So the 2 crabs that no longer have shiny things are turning towards you, and you're in the claw of the 3rd crab.
Oh, dear.
The other 3 see this. It's not looking good. Little tiny goblin,
slow.
great
I'm gonna
big
wait for
crab
you to-
claw, 2
Tiny
other crabs closing in. None of them know you're here.
Despite the crash.
Are these big crabs?
These are large crabs, yes. Tell me what you want to do and I'll tell you whether you can get away with it. It's a one-shot. I will probably say yes. So take a look at your spells. Take a look at your traits. Figure out how to use them positively to affect stuff, or negatively to try and crank up your trick level to be able to cast the bigger spells. And somebody, one of the 3 of you, tell me what you do when you see this. Your friend is in terrible need of being rescued.
Yes, but I'm currently being held by Big and Furry. So
Yes, you are.
I'm going to squirm out of his hands, grab the shinies, and toss them into the water, and tell the crabs to run and fetch.
Okay. Are any of your traits going to help you do that?
All I have is animal senses. Unfortunately.
So no, you could sort of. You know what? Why not? You understand how crab senses work. So yes, give me a positive trait test. 2 successes. You wiggle out. That's perfect. 1 success. You wiggle out from under Magog's arm, and he doesn't even know you're gone. Like, you look as you drop out the back, you see him running away with his arm still like this. He still thinks you're in here, and you just sort of drop out the back and land on the beach and follow him, so you're completely hidden. And then you step out at the last second and reach up with your wand, because you're a rookie witch. Why would you have a wand? You do now. And it's got because this is tropes to the end, it's got the big star on the end, and you use the star to hook the strings that have the sparklies on.
Oh,
and
I got one of those little grabby things. Yeah, I got one of those
and then
things.
Claw grabbers.
And just like a slinger throwing a rock, you fire them off over the beach. 2 successes. The 3 crabs, the one holding your friend Sasami, you kind of see, it's hard to read crab face, but it goes, ooh, and drops her, and the 3 crabs just turn and go charging off in the direction of where the shiny things just went. Yeah. They all start sideways. They all turn sideways and drop after the
The
shiny
other goblins
thing.
on top are just like, hey, that way.
Exactly. Yeah, trying to ride them out and it's not working, and yeah.
Luckily, she didn't yeet the goblin with those with the strings.
So, that happens. The three goblins, Magog, you're running and you kind of you lost your witch.
Skid to stop.
Turn around
go?
looking and you can't see her. You still have a cat on the other side,
Still have a
so you're
cat.
1 for 2.
Start to
And
get
Cersei,
really
under his arm, like now you're the only one being held. He stopped. You're now hanging in midair.
I demand
If the other
you
royal cats see you
your
like this,
position. This is demeaning to a royal.
at which point I assume he
Okay.
just drops you. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Poof, into the sand. And the four of you
so-
gather together at the end of the pier. Way
Animal
down on the way down on the end of the pier. There's still 2 animal patrol officers chasing the dogs up and down the pier now. The 2 police officers, they've gotten up, but the one's got a really serious limp. And every time he takes a step, he can't help it. He swears again. And then the woman yells at him again, and so he stops walking and lifts up his leg. And they've called for assistance, but he's just trying to get out of there because this person will not shut up. And there's kids and there's people gathering around, so he tries to take another step. He swears again. The dogs are running up and down the pier. The animal control officers are running up and down after the dogs. And way out at the end of the pier, the biggest seagull you've ever seen stands on top of a pile and just looks imperiously at all of it.
Okay, I am inescapably a cat,
Yep,
so I would like to chase that bird.
absolutely. It is a... Yes, you are inescapably a cat. That is a positive trait. So, give me the positive trait test. 2 successes. Oh, yeah. You take off. Like, you just one leap. Royalty be damned, you are also very much a cat. And you leap up onto the pier and just gone in that cat. That thing where they're this far off the ground and you can't even see the feet moving. It's just this ball of muscle like a cheetah
missile.
going down the pier.
Oh yeah.
The dogs see that and start chasing you. So now it's you, the dogs, and the animal control officers all heading towards the end of the pier at a high speed. You are going way too fast by the time you get to the point at the end of the pier where you realize the pile that it's standing on is not attached to the pier. It's way out there. Like, way out there. But you are inescapably a cat who has rolled 2 successes. And so you get that perfect 4-footed launch off the edge of the dock and boom. And you're coming through the air just like, I have got this. And that seagull just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And you realize it takes up the whole top of this pile. There is no place to land except on this seagull.
Oh, that's what I was going for.
So claws out, teeth out, incoming! And the seagull just, at the very last second, leaps and grabs you with one big webbed foot and turns a big arc and starts flying out over the ocean.
Oh, that's no good.
Oh no.
You reach up and grab the leg.
Look out. It is not very regal to throw up.
And you hear below, you hear above you, yes, you're right. This is not befitting of a king at all. Would you please let go?
I'm sorry, are you a king? Or I'm a queen.
Technically, we've just started
It
a war
shows.
between 2 people.
Yes, I am the king of the seagulls. Would you mind letting go?
Well,
You're a...
now that we're over the ocean, no. You'll have to bring him back to the pier.
Excellent. I'll take you to those nice humans. They seem to like to put your kind in a cage. And he starts to bank back towards the shore.
No,
You
actually,
guys, the three...
I'm with the monster and the goblin and the witch. You can see them, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put you back down by them then.
Yes.
I like what you've done with the police.
Also, you're talking seagull?
I beg your pardon? I'll have you know my cat is perfect. And he is
no,
speaking
I'm not-
cat, you realize.
Oh,
He's a multilingual king.
Smartest seagull ever.
yes.
He is the
seagull.
king of the seagulls, and seagulls are a bright bird. They might be horrible, but they're very, very smart.
They're sea chickens.
That's true.
Well, we used to call them something else, but nobody's sworn tonight, so I'm not going to break that.
Give it time. Give it time.
So, the three of you see the cat assault the king of the seagulls and be carried away like an eagle with a fish. The dogs get to the end of the pier and cannot stop. And they skid, slide, crash, smash off the end of the pier and fall sploosh, sploosh, into the ocean, whereupon they are now washed under the pier. And you see very quickly that they're going to be able to safely swim to shore, but they are officially off the end of the pier. The animal control officers... No, it's funnier this way. The animal control officers, the first one skids to a stop just at the edge, and the second one runs into him, and both of them go off as well. So now the animal control officers and the dogs are now both swimming for shore. The animal control officers are still kind of pretending they're chasing the dogs, but really everybody's just trying to get to dry land, all underneath the pier with the waves, trying not to get smashed about.
Oh. No.
You hear a smattering of applause from the pier as a group of teenagers seems to think that that this is a show of some sort.
I
But
bow.
yes, as you're brought back in and dropped back on the beach for the second time today, dropped unceremoniously into the sand.
Rude.
Makes that horrible sound that you as a cat know is the sound of a litter box. It's like, oh, the shame. The four of you are back on the beach.
I don't.
You
like
still have
to-
the whistle. You still don't know why the police want it. And you still don't know the secret of the
I was
man who
actually about
just
to
left.
get to that
Yes. What are you doing?
because you said he's still hobbling down the pier, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I'm going to take another run and knock him over, and this time I'm going to use my sticky fingers to see if I can't find any paperwork, books, what have you that might
Notepad.
give me an idea.
Tops of a notepad.
Okay.
Or
Yep,
notepad,
absolutely.
yeah.
So
Always
you go
do have a
tearing
notepad,
down,
yes,
you
they
pop
do.
back up again, and he's walking away from you, and his partner's kind of holding him. So you aim for the good knee this time, or are you going to hit him in a bad knee again?
I'm going to aim for the
This is
partner.
from the back this time. So sorry.
Oh, he's going for the partner.
Ooh, the partner.
Oh, okay. So
Ooh.
yeah, the partner's like carrying him along. Excellent. Yeah, give me three. Give me
Hobble
the
on both.
positive trait again. Nobody's used any magic yet. This is.
I know.
Well, I was
I
getting
love the
ready to,
beach.
but...
I'm waiting for when I really need
Oh,
it.
no.
When it'll be funny as
Wait,
hell.
nothing. Oh wow.
The crabs
yeah.
again.
Ooh, and it's doubled. You gotta.
Crabs are back.
You.
Oh, the
Wow.
crabs are back.
The girls come back.
Oh, I know how this happens. You you time it perfectly again. I mean, even better than last time. The partner's got like he's helping his buddy along, and you wait till he's got all his weight on one leg, and you hit that leg from behind, and just fold it, and the two of them just back slam onto the ground. You go right underneath and out the front, and just. The two of them hit the ground, and one of their badges, their bright, shiny, sparkly badges, comes off their chest and spins into the air. And you hear down on the beach as three crabs come to a complete stop. Their beady little eye stalks all go, and they start to back towards the pier and up the side of the piles and onto the top of the pier. And there's no animal control officers left to deal with them. You pop up from underneath the front of the cop and go. You remember at some point passing by them, you put one hand in each pocket and just grabbed what was there and pulled. So you kind of come to a stop. You go off the other side of the pier and drop down where you're safe, and you look. You got a great big ring of keys on one hand. Like there's got to be 50 keys on it. And on the other hand, you have a notebook, like a cop's notebook.
Well, those guys are still going to be after the shiny, so I'm not going to worry about them too much just yet.
Yep.
Let's see. I'll probably just go back.
As you think that thought, I'm just going to interrupt briefly. As you think that thought, they're after the shiny, they're not after me. The incredibly sparkly police officer's badge comes and lands in your lap.
Doggone it.
What?
Oh, yeah.
So, the other three, you see that happen. The goblin's off at it again. Goblin bowling is apparently how this game works now. Bowling for cops.
It
I like that
really
better. So now there's two limping, swearing cops. The group of upset parents has grown as well. There's now 4 or 5 people telling off these cops. At least one of them is so angry that they're actually swearing as well. So some of the parents are yelling at the cops and the other parent, and it's just mayhem at the base of the pier. There are people throwing the safety rings to weirdly to the dogs, but not to the animal control officers. So if they're saying something here, they're passing judgment in a certain way. So the other 3 of you, what are you doing?
Okay, so I am going to trot with my nose in the air. Trying to I am clearly flustered and I'm trying to recover from this impromptu field.
It has not been a regal day at all. No.
So I kind of royally saunter up to Sasami and I go, remember this when I may need your help. And I'm going to go over to the goblins and the crabs and use my level 3 charm person.
Oh yes. Okay, so scratch all 3 of your magic points away, your trick points, yeah.
Yep.
And what are you going to charm them to do? First, you have to give me a roll. No, sorry, let's do this the right way. Tell me what you want to happen, and then give me the roll.
I'm going to walk in front of them and kind of hypnotize them with like one of those cat like slinky walks.
Yep.
And in my tail. Yeah, my tail.
And the eyes.
I'm going to walk to the water, beckoning them to follow me with my hypnotizing.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to brace myself and get in the water and sort of imply that they should swim away.
Okay.
Oh.
I have a whole bunch of rolls. I want at least several rolls here. Give me the one for the for charming them first of all. So give me that is your give me a positive trait because you're using your regalness to do it.
Hold on. While she's doing this, I'm fascinated by small details. I'm watching this and I'm getting confused.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens once she rolls. If there's a failure, I'm going to roll a negative trait and see what happens.
It's not just a failure.
It's a supreme.
It is a failure with your antagonist showing up. So who is your antagonist?
Oh, my antagonist is the witch that cursed me.
Right. So you give them the look, and you lead them boldly into the sea, and they are following you, and it is going swimmingly, if I might say so. But then, from the depths, you feel a cold, clammy hand grab your ankle. You're already a cat in the water, and now there's a cold, clammy hand grabbing your ankle, and the other one grabs your tail and starts to pull you deeper into the water, much deeper than you wanted to go.
I'm like floundering so hard.
Yeah, and you're totally soaking wet now, so you've got that cat thing where you're only about 5% the size that everybody thought you were.
Very unreal.
Yeah, as that happens, you're almost pulled underwater, and at the same time, Magog, you you are utterly like you're doing the math in your head. I wonder how much effort it takes to drown a cat. Well, see, the hair is now working against her because it's being dragged down by it. But so crank your trick up to 2, and yeah, you spend the round utterly just fascinated by the details of this.
She's trying so hard.
Yep.
Seeing all this happening and the cat being dragged under the water, I am going to use my trick, which is my grandma's transfiguration tome.
Yep.
And try and turn into a crab myself so I can free her.
Absolutely. This would absolutely count. So give us can you think of one of your traits that would be positive that would help with that?
Let's see.
You've got 3 traits, right?
I am book smart and cautious. So I'm not really being cautious. I'm kind of being book smart.
You read it in a book once. Give me a positive trait roll. You read something about this.
Book.
Yeah, you read a book about how to.
She was reading the tome.
You're very good. You're very good at reading. Yeah, you are an excellent. You are an excellent crab. A truly spectacular crab.
Book smart.
Yeah, you are absolutely brilliant as a crab. And you turn into a crab on the beach. You said you wanted to attract them, like attract their attention?
I wanted to attack her person who's attacking her to try and free her.
Okay. So you go rushing into the water. With 2 successes, you rush past, and the other 3 crabs look at you, and you look like heroically crab-like. And so they all turn sideways and scuttle after you to help. So the 4 of them, the 4 of you rush out into the water.
3 boy crabs chasing a girl crab. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to go there because you're all supposed to be under 10, but yeah, you have a lot of help. And as the group of you go underneath the water, you see this horrible sea witch dragging your cat friend down into the depths. Okay. So you are almost able to help this round. The 2 of you left on the beach. Magog, they're gone. Shakes himself out of it. Oh my god. And Sasami, where are you at the moment? Remind me where you are at the moment.
I think I'm down along the side of the pier with
right.
the officer badge.
Right, with the sparklies, yes. At least they're gone. And so yeah, you got the book, and you have that
and
the notepad and the and the keys. So what are you doing? Mm-hmm. You hear all kinds of ruckus up on top of the pier, but that's all adults. That doesn't matter. But your friends are hooting and hollering and yelling on the other side of this pier. So.
There's a cat screeching in the distance.
Yeah. I'm going to ignore the cat for a minute. Unfortunately, he's not going to like that, but fine.
How rude.
She's going to enthusiastically read that notebook to see if she can get the information that we need.
All right. You start reading through the notebook. Give me a, what, do you have a trait that you might be positively used in that case?
Right, enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. That's why you said you were enthusiastically reading it. Excellent. Oh, yoo-hoo, woo, oh, look. Ooh, a theft. Ooh, robberies. Flipping through the book. Go ahead. Give me a positive trait roll.
APB.
2 successes.
I'm doing really good tonight.
You find, you find a series of entries that at first, the first time you run past one, because you just kind of read it and keep going, and then the second one is similar, and there's a third one that's similar. Somebody in this town is a serial whistle thief. Oh. And whoever it is stealing very expensive whistles. And the very first whistle they stole was this whistle, the one that you guys have, which it keeps insisting it refers to as a dog whistle, an antique silver dog whistle. Belonged to somebody named Bonaparte, Napoleon Bonaparte, something like that. Bonaparte, yeah, Bony parts.
Well, who's this Napoli Bony Parts? I
no clue. You didn't go to school. You are a goblin. You weren't allowed in.
Oh yeah, true. I had to clean the school. I couldn't go to.
That's right. You had to go in when it was dark and cold and clean the floors with your tongue.
All right. Well,
so yes, you have successfully solved why the police are looking for this. Why they are looking for your whistle. So as you flip through the book and discover that the other three of you on the other side, Magog, all you can see is bubbles and one cat ear sticking out of the water. And somehow, in that magical cat way, you can tell from that one ear that cat is pissed. Just angry, just like his ears just got tooed sticking up out of the water. And it's just slowly moving away from the beach, ever so slowly. Apparently being escorted by a bunch of crabs. What are you doing?
Okay, well, would I see the witch? Do I see the witch?
Sure, yeah. I almost had to think about that, but it's a one-shot. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use my trick, lift this ancient witch over my head, and yeet her into the Pacific Ocean. With my mighty arms.
Which witch?
Which witch? The bad witch.
Not your witch. Your friend witch is a crab underwater now.
Yeah, well, at this point I only see one witch, and that's the bad witch that was bothering my royal but slightly fuzzy friend.
Oh, okay, yes, gotcha. Right. So yes,
and while he's doing that, I'm going to try and grab for my sweet
absolutely
fuzzy witch.
So Magog, give me positive trait roll, and Ren, can you think of any of your traits you could use to turn that into a positive trait?
Let's see. I'm
cautiously
approaching.
Sure, yeah. You sneak up.
Grab her.
Yeah, you sneak up behind her and grab her when she's not looking. So yes, Magog, you step up, grab the witch, and hurl just out towards the ocean. As you let go, she grabs the hair on your wrist and takes you with her. So you are now flying out over the ocean as well, because you only got one success. As you splash and face first into the water, your first thought is, I'm going to smell like wet dog for a week. Your second thought is you're looking down through the glassy clear water and seeing these crabs fighting a witch over possession of a very wet 3/4 drowned cat. Ren, you were cautiously approaching
and trying to grab the cat.
Right, so yes, you as a crab run up. The other three crabs form a shield around you between you and everything else that's going on, and you reach out and grab the cat with one of your claws, which might be slightly traumatic to the cat, who's had the whole experience start with a crab grabbing her around with one. But you, really remembering that cats don't like water, you go foomp and push her up through the surface. So now swimming towards shore, there is a crab with a large claw sticking up with a soaking wet cat held in it, heading towards shore.
I do my best to again strike a regal pose, but it's super not working.
You're trying, but you're soaking wet, and you're trying. All you can move is your ears, so you're trying to shake at least them dry, so you could at least sort of have something sticking out of the top of your head. But what you've actually got, you wouldn't know this, but somebody took a picture and put it on the web, and it's on Funniest Cat Videos now. Your hair kind of partially dried and went poof.
Oh no.
So you've actually got a crown of spiky half-wet cat hair sticking up as you are carried and looking just as angry and as regal as a wet cat can, being carried back in rescued by a fleet of crabs. The first one carrying you, the other three in an honor guard around you as you move back towards the shore.
Oh my goodness.
The cat,
Magog, you watch them swim by, and it's really? Nobody's gonna... I'm not even invited. I got rid of the witch, and...
and Ren, deep in the water, I'm just
Yeah. And then, Sasami, you come back up onto the pier and look over, and that's what you see coming towards the shore.
Oh my word.
Some of the people on the pier have actually stopped watching the big argument and are now turning to look at this strange apparition approaching the shore. I'm assuming the cat's going, don't look! Don't look! Cersei's like, no, look away! Look away! I command you! Regally, look away!
I like to think that Sasami is the normal one of the friend group.
Yeah. Apparently. No,
I don't technically
I'm just trying to figure it out.
So what are you doing? You jump up there and see that approaching the beach. You have solved one of the two mysteries.
I am going to use one of my tricks.
Yeah.
I can only use a level 1, so I'm going to make something. It says make something as complicated as a can opener.
Yep.
I guess anything up to and including the can opener then.
Yep. What do you think?
Size wise. So I was thinking, like, as I was doing this along the way, I was gonna play sticky fingers and try and get what I need for this and just kind of make like a mechanical toy because I'm mechanically inclined there.
You have a ring with 50 plus keys on it. So you just start spinning keys off the ring like a half a dozen at a time and start. You got magic goblin pockets, so you reach in and pull out little bits of wire and stuff. And you just and you make a little robot about this big. It's just a little walk like a child. It doesn't do anything fancy, but it walks. You make it entirely out of keys. And you wind it up because you can use the ring as a spring. So you wind it up, and what do you do with it?
I am going to let it walk and see if it can try and capture the crowd's interest instead of what's going on behind me, and basically just act like a little fool, enthusiastically.
Give me a positive trait because you're also, I mean, your whole trick is about using your this skill, so definitely a positive tech. 1 success. Okay.
Oh, well.
It gets their attention because it starts walking across across the thing, and people are going, "Oh, look, isn't that cute?" And then it starts to like hop to one side because one of the keys is coming loose, and they're like, "Look, it's dancing!" But it kind of goes towards the edge of the pier and falls off the edge of the pier. And as everybody watches it go, those that weren't looking are now like, "Oh my God! Forget the tiny robot. Look at that! Look at the cat and the crab." Because none of them can see. And the kids are going, "And the big blue monster! And the big blue monster!" But the adults don't seem to be even listening to them.
I'm shooting daggers at Kasama.
Oh yeah, there are hundreds of people now. Hundreds of eyes. As you head towards the beach.
I can't shake the fact that I am now in the general vicinity of the monster hunters that were after me earlier.
Yep. Oh yes, they are in the water still.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to get out of that water pretty fast.
Yep.
I know who has the whistle. I don't want them to use it. It hurts. And I'm trying to think how Magog finds secret of Seagull Wizard. Seagull King leave already.
As you start thinking that, you float to the top of the surface and start to look around, and you see the biggest seagull you have ever seen. It's that one that was on the pier before. And like a fighter plane, it's banking in the sun. And you watch it continue to curve, and it's making those little tiny wing adjustments. And it starts to come almost directly towards you, and it flattens out into a long, slow, I almost said glide, but it's a dive. And you see him start to tuck in his wings like a falcon. And he's diving directly towards the group of your friends in the water.
Well, that's no good. I am going to use my ability to be huge to basically...
you gonna goalie this thing? Is soccer goalie this thing? Absolutely.
I'm going to basically body this seagull out of the way.
Yep. Give me positive trait. Absolutely. 1 success.
It kind of worked.
You leap out of the water like water polo style, going for the spike over the goalie, and you grab its leg to pull it down, You also have underestimated the size and power of this seagull, and you are pulled out of the water bodily by this seagull.
A multi-hundred.
Yep, but I was just about to say, but it doesn't get far, and it starts to drop again, and now you and the seagull are falling directly towards the three of these people. And you see the seagull's other foot reach out. Who's got the whistle? It's Ren, right?
Me.
Yeah. Ren, you look up, just as a crab, in crab form. You look up to see this giant seagull approaching with your monster buddy friend, like dragging in the water behind it. They can't quite get lift, but he's still able to move him. And that seagull is coming right for you, and you see that claw reach out, and it's reaching for the whistle.
Well, I've kind of had the whistle in my pocket. I guess it's not in my pocket now.
You're a crab. You don't have pockets. It's hanging around your neck on a little silver string.
Right.
Touch that.
I really want my level 3 spell. I guess I can't use that yet.
Nope, not until you do some bad things and earn and stuff. What did you? Well, tell me what you wanted to use it for. What is it, and what did you want to use it for?
Well, I really wanted to turn into a giant seagull because I'm all of a sudden just completely starstruck by this really regal seagull, and I am
absolutely
just completely just blown away. My eyes are fluttering, and just,
I guess one of these children is slightly older than the other children.
I'm 16ish.
Yeah, so you almost without thinking about it, I allow this. You into a spectacular seagull of your own, every bit as majestic as this king. And you, forgetting everything else, release everybody that you were holding and helping. The cat falls, splashes back into the water again, next to the monster. You swoosh and flap your beautiful wings and lift up from the water. And as you do, you bank, and the seagull banks the other way. And as you pass claw to claw, he reaches out and grabs the whistle chain as you go by, and the two of you start going and flying up into the air with the whistle.
I clamber out of the water.
Yep. on the bright side, or on the dark side, you're soaked in the water. On the bright side, you have just discovered the Seagull King's secret. He's the one that's been stealing the whistles.
Oh. He's been stealing the whistles.
Oh my god!
I ain't letting go of it yet.
No, you haven't. The two of you are doing the reverse, like the birds fall, like the fighting birds, where it's like which one's the last one to let go, where they play chicken. It's the reverse of that. You're going up.
Yeah, my whistle.
In a very innocent version of sort of the scene from Ghost. It's like a really innocent version of that.
I'm going to shake myself off.
You step up on the beach, and you realize I've just restarted it again. So give it a couple seconds, and then let me know if we're up.
There it goes.
There we go. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Internet issues. Nobody's fault. Just evil internet people. The most reviled people on the planet. Service providers. Nobody likes theirs. Anyway. Two seagulls heading off into the sun. Not a sunset. Well, sure, why not? It's into the sunset with a shiny silver whistle to go back to the King of Seagulls' stolen whistle collection. A cat on the beach gives herself the shake, but it doesn't work because that's not how cats get dry. And you sit down.
And then I do the same thing beside it because...
Yeah, right beside you. Magog shakes off. It does kind of work on Magog, but it soaks everybody in a 30-foot region, which the parents and adults all go... because they can't see you. And all they saw was a cat shake, and 30 people got soaking wet.
Including Sasami.
Yes,
including Sasami.
By my regality.
Yeah, you said, I solved the problems.
And Rin is gone.
In a game where no one's supposed to get hurt and no one is definitely supposed to die or fail to get to the end of the game.
We still
One of
managed to
you
lose somebody.
failed to get to the end of the game.
She made a choice. She knows
what can
she
only
did.
be referred to as Seagull love broke up the seaside adventures of the magical guild. On
Now
the
we
bright
get one
side.
shot of what the seagulls do.
No, we don't. No.
Well, we can do a one shot with seagulls trying to rescue.
No, that seagull's not of age. We are not doing that show.
Wait, you're the one who went to a dirty place.
Only to say I wasn't going to go there. That's a lie.
Don't play video games.
Oh, so romantic.
Yes. Oh, so with that questionable ending, we will call an end to this evening. I know it was just over an hour, but that's the timing worked. That's how long the story had to run, and that's when it had to finish. So I'm totally happy with that. I had a wonderful time as always. I love these FunShot Fridays because I'm serious all week, and then I get to come here and be silly on Fridays with you guys. So thank you one and all again. This is the bit where I get to let you guys that I have the ability to do this with, to let you to pay you for being here tonight. So I know two of you do have social media presences. Presence-I? No, it's not a Latin word. We don't multiply. No, presences. So Wayward, you laughed at that most, so you get to go first. Tell us what you do when you're during the rest of the week. Okay, you laughed more, but you laughed later, so you get to go second. Wayward, what do you do for?
Okay. I do two things. First thing is I am a contributor to the Scarred Adventurer blog. So if you
yes,
if you know about Mercs of Mischief, the lovely Scarred Adventurer who plays Lucas also runs a blog called Scarred Adventurer, and I am a contributor to that. I post art and write things about my art. But the thing that I'm really excited about is I have started a D&D actual play podcast. It's called Professional Questers.
Yep.
Our teaser is out on Podbean, and I'm working on getting it onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And our next episode should be coming out on Monday.
Awesome.
You can find us on Twitter at ProfeshQuesters.
Thank you very much for that. And I have a question. Have you DM'd before this?
I DM'd one shot.
One shot. So welcome to the club. Isn't it fun behind the screen?
Yeah, we did like a secret practice session before we recorded the actual campaign.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Good plan. Very good plan. Yeah, always do a session 0, and as part of your session 0, always do a little bit of game mechanics at the end to make sure everybody understands how it works.
We do have one player, so it was definitely to get her, into the system.
Absolutely. And new players do amazing things because they don't know what
awesome.
You're not allowed to do, so they do amazing stuff.
She's already getting the hang of it so fast, and I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, wonderful. And Sasami tonight, played by Vola. What are you doing when you're not here?
For the most part, I work, but I also have my own roleplay site called Bleach the Darkness Within. You could probably try and search that through Google. Also, you can try and find me. I can normally get messages from the Dirty 20 Gaming on Discord. There I'm under Solar Dasher, as well as here on Twitch I'm under Solar Dasher. Also, I do have my own Discord site itself for the Darkness, for Bleach the Darkness Beyond.
Very cool. How's that game going? That's been going for a while now, right? The Bleach the Darkness game?
It has been going for a while, but kind of stalled out right now. As some of our players, it's summer, so some of them are doing other things as well as with COVID-19. There's a lot of us are just kind of lost our how do you call it?
Don't say will to live. Please don't say will to live.
No.
Drive, motivation,
focus,
energy.
motivation.
Yep.
There you go, motivation.
Absolutely. Oh, I get that.
Motivation to continue playing with her, playing as our characters on the site. So hopefully, maybe we can get some fresh people in, and then maybe we can get going very strong.
Absolutely. And if not, start something else. Lots of games just don't, they're done. When they're done, they're done. Let them go. And I guess that just leaves me. I am, Mondays, I'm over on the Mercs of Mischief playing Guy Bonton, the name no one can pronounce. And on Wednesdays at stupid o'clock in the morning, I get to wake up and go and play Starfinder with some amazingly talented and absolutely crazy Australians over on Roll for Damage. This is all on Twitch. And then Thursdays, I do Ironsworn right here on Dirty 20 Gaming. That one this week got canceled for reasons, but we'll be back next week. And you want dark and character driven? That is dark and character driven. But earlier we were talking about new DMs and new players, and right now the thing that I'm doing that I am the most proud of is a thing called Dorm Life. And this is for the viewers of Mercs of Mischief who have never had a chance to play role-playing games before. They want to, but they've never had a chance. So I take them and I run them through a session 0 where we create a character and go through the Roll20 mechanics and make sure they understand it. And then they get to come and join one of my groups for an adventure with them, where they get to play in the same world. It's not canon, but it is the same world that the Mercs of Mischief play in. They are students at the Avalon Knights Academy. Cookie is there, Calazar is there, so are all the rest. And they never know who's going to show up each week and give them a visit. So that is all new players, and they are so much fun to play with because, like I said, they don't have all the limits that the rest of us put on ourselves that have played for all these years. So they do wonderfully creative things, and they misuse spells, and I let them, and it's amazing, and it's wonderful, and we tell great stories. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. That is not streamed because it's just not fair to stream new players. We spend a lot of time talking about the rules because I want them to understand them, right? All my other games, I'd rather not talk about the rules or even the character sheet. I just want to say roll this and do that. But with new players, you want to teach them the rules as well. So it's a little different, but it's not as stream friendly. But now that I'm done talking about myself, I want to say my standard 6 thank yous that I always get to do every week, and this is my favorite part of the night. Thank you, Leah. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Bison. Always. I was waiting for the violence, and you managed to turn this big blue monster into this big. I mean, okay. I got it. You hurled her into the ocean. I got my big blue monster violence, so that worked. Thank you, Vola. Always creative as always, and thank you, Wayward. I can always count on you to get into the character 100%, and that was Pissy Regal Cat all night long, and I loved it. Thank you all. Thank you to everybody who watched on Twitch, especially through the breaks where it came apart because my internet is evil and I need to go and sacrifice a goat to the internet gods to make it work next week. And thank you to all the people who will be watching the edited version of this on YouTube where you're going, what? I didn't see any breaks. I didn't see any cuts because I'm genius at editing. No, I'm not. Anyway, with that and those thank yous, I had a blast as always, and we'll see everybody next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.